Hello, dear friends. Today I am going to deliver the very important lecture on the topic engine, that is a part of factor in automotive engine. As you are well aware, engine is a heart of automobile. You are also having the heart, that is the power of the heart is around about 1.3 watt. Similarly, in vehicles also engine is required and the power varies from 0 watt to several watt required for the motion of the vehicle. So, as you know, the average power of the human being is zero point 0.1 horsepower. That is around about 74.6 watt. That is the 75 watt. Means you are equivalent to 75 watt bulb. Means you are dissipating 75 joule of energy per second. That is the important part of this. So engine is the heart of automobile. It generates the motive power for propulsion and it converts the various types of energy, basically the chemical energy that is a conventional source of energy to the mechanical energy. Conventional source of energy means petrol, diesel, LPG, CNG, and wind, water. These are the conventional source, and those energy will be converted all into the mechanical energy. Means vehicle will move in the forward directions. Engine will develop the power and torque. Both are developed by the engine. Torque is required for the pulling of the vehicle, and power is generated by the engine. So, what is torque? As you are well aware, torque is a product of force and perpendicular distance from the axis of rotation, and the SI unit of torque is Newton meter या kg meter, and power is a rate of doing work. Nowadays, every game is a power game. Nowadays, you see the Olympic is running, and in Olympic, the most of the games are the time limitation games, and those are having the more and more power and techniques will win the medal, either the gold, silver, or bronze medal. That is the important part. So the power is the important part, and power will be generated depend upon the person capability and person resources. You see, what is engine? Engine is a device that runs on its own by changing the energy in the natural source, such as the fire, wind, electrical material to the mechanical energy continuously. Then this is the basically the input energy we will provide to the engine, and corresponding you will get the output energy. Input energy may be the electric power. Now the electrical vehicles are coming in the market, and that will convert into mechanical energy. The vehicle will move in the forward direction. Similarly, this energy means fuel is also there, water is also there, wind energy is also there. While these are also conventional sources of energy, all those energy will be converted to mechanical energy with the help of engine also. That is the important part. Next is that is the flow diagram of the engine produce the power. How the engine produce the power? It will take the fuel. Fuel may be the wind. Fuel may be the water, CNG, LPG, any fuel, diesel, petrol, and the combustion will take place inside the engine cylinder. The combustion of fuel take place inside the engine cylinder. And fuel will burn and heat will generate. Heat will generate. When heat will generate, then the pressure as well as temperature both will be developed, and there are expansion of the one gases. Expansion means it will apply the thrust on the piston. Expansion of the one gases, and similarly the pressure will generate, and the piston is also there. The all those things burning take place inside the clearance volume, that is defined as a cc, cubic centimeter. And because of the burning gases, it apply the, you can say, thrust. Just means normal force acting on the piston, and the piston will move in both to and fro motion. That is the to and fro, TDC to BDC, top dead center to bottom dead center. The piston will move, and from the piston is attached to the, we can say, connecting rod, and connecting rod is attached to the crankshaft, and corresponding the reciprocating motion of the piston will convert to the rotary motion of the crankshaft. So this is the way uh, the power is generated by the engine. So engine layout. This is the layout of engine where we will put the engine in the vehicle. It may be the front engine, front drive. Engine may be the front side of the vehicle, and we will give the power to the front wheels of the vehicle. Front engine, rear drive means suppose engine is the front side, and we will give the power to the only rear wheel, not front wheel also. Midship engine rear drive means suppose our engine is in the middle and corresponding will give the uh, power to the rear wheels only. Rear engine rear drive. Suppose engine is the rear and correspondingly we will give the power to the rear drive. So engine may be the lengthwise, it may be the breadthwise. It may be the lengthwise or breadthwise. Next, you see the classification of engine based on construction. Classification, how we can classify the engine. That is a two-stroke engine. Two-stroke engine. Basically we can say the one revolutions. We can say TDC to BDC as well as BDC to TDC. One power stroke will be generated. In here, basically two-stroke. Only the two-stroke. One stroke means the piston move from the BDC to TDC, bottom dead center to top dead center, and top dead center to bottom dead center. That is for two-stroke. All the four-stroke will be covered in two-stroke engine, and four-stroke engine, all the four-stroke will be basically used in four-stroke engine. That is the suction stroke, compression stroke, and power stroke and exhaust stroke. In two-stroke engine means only two-stroke. All those four-stroke which is covered in the four-stroke engine is covered in the two-stroke engine. So we can see the power developed by the two-stroke engine is round about twice vertically as the four-stroke engine. So, but practically the power developed by the two-stroke engine is 1.5 times to the power developed by the four-stroke engine. This is the based on construction of the engine. Second is a based on ignition. Ignition means if you ignite the basically air fuel mixture. Ignition may be by the spark ignition engine. We will provide the spark plug. You must have seen in the two-wheelers also spark plug is provided. The spark plugs means the air and fuel mixture will go to the engine cylinder, and at the time of ignition we will provide the spark, and that's why the spark, the burning of the air fuel mixture take place with the help of spark plug. So spark plug is provided in two-wheeler, and compressor ignition engine, mere may diesel engine basically compression. Diesel engine sometimes is called the compressor ignition engine, where only the air will suck and the air will be sucked, and this air will be basically during the suction stroke we can say suck, and the compressor stroke will be compress. So the compression ratio varies from 14:1 to 22:1, means 14 to 20% of 20 parts of this will be converted into one part. So heated air, at the time of heated air, we will provide the ignition. Will provide the ignition. So the burning of the fuel take place inside the uh, you can say clearance volume. That is based on the ignition. Next is the based on the number of cylinder, single cylinder, single cylinder, double cylinder, three cylinder, four cylinder, six cylinder. Means the up to the 10 horsepower engine you are having the single cylinder, and double cylinder engine is used up to the 30 horsepower, when three cylinder is up to the 50 and 60 horsepower, four cylinder up to the 90 horsepower, and six cylinder 150 horsepower, 200 horsepower. Means number of cylinder is moving, is increasing, then corresponding power will be increased also. So this is the based on number of cylinders classification of engine. Based on the arrangement of cylinder, cylinder may be arranged. You see, this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cylinder engine in line. Here also three cylinders also there in line also. The piston is there. There is a V-shaped engine. In three cylinder can be put there, and three cylinder can be put there also. This is the four cylinder engine. Two cylinder will be there and two cylinder will be there. And this is the radial type engine. You see radial type engine is there also. Andri, based on the fuel used. Fuel used means based on the fuel used mean petrol engine, diesel engine, and gas engine. Petrol engine is called spark ignition engine, and the diesel engine is called compressor ignition engine, and gas engine based on the fuel used. Based on the cooling system means classification based on air cooled engine and water cooled engine. Air cooled engine is used for in desert, and water cooled engine is used in the other areas of this also. So this is the classification of the engine. Classification engine based on the number of valves. Valves used in the each cylinder means two valves per cylinder, usually inlet valve as well as the exhaust, you can say outlet valve. These are the two valves generally you will find in each cylinder also. Inlet valve from which the air will suck, outlet valve, the burning air will come out from the this outlet valve, that is called exhaust valve. And is recent type with three or four valve per cylinder. Three or four valves per cylinder. Two inlet valve, yeah, two outlet valve can be recent type used to so that also more and more suction and more the remaining gases will come out from the cylinder. Type of the valve arrangement. Side valve. Usually we use the overhead valve. Valve can be arranged sidely and valve can be arranged overhead of the you can say cylinder also. So this is the classification. And now we come to the classification engine. Basically, we can say classification engine on the basis of the type of ignition. The basically, conventionally, we are using two types of engine nowadays: compressor ignition engine and spark ignition engine. Ignition engine is called diesel engine, and spark ignition engine is called LPG, CNG, and petrol engine. Classification ignition engine. Use basically diesel engine. By the heat of compression, the burning of fuel take place. Next is use diesel fuel. Here we use the diesel as a fuel. Okay. And this diesel, the burning of the fuel take place. Combustion is initiated by the heat on its own. Means when the heated air, at the time of heated air, when will inject the fuel, then the burning of the fuel take place like this. Spark ignition engine, basically petrol engine, LPG engine, and CNG engine. All three engines we will provide the spark for the burning of the air fuel mixture. So spark will be provided at the time of ignition in all those engines. Use leaded or unleaded petrol, alcohol, LPG, CNG. Those are the you can say input is provided in those engines, and combustion initiated by the spark from the spark plug. So in spark plug is there, and the basically space plug the gap is provided, and the spark plug we will get the spark, and by the spark the burning of the air fuel mixture take place. Next is the thermal efficiency. When we are talking about the efficiency of engine, efficiency means thermal efficiency. Thermal efficiency means the efficiency you are getting for the output work. That is called thermal efficiency. Thermal efficiency means if you put the fuel 100%, then what is the output? That is the vehicle moving forward direction. Only 33% efficiency of engine means 67% of the power will be lost. Power will be lost in the cooling. You see, so the temperature at the time of the compression will increase a lot. That round about to you can say 800 degrees Celsius. And at the time of ignition, the temperature will goes about the 1400 degrees Celsius. At this temperature, the you can say any metals, either metal maybe the uh, chromium, nickel, having the melting point is for 1400 degrees Celsius or 1600 degrees Celsius cannot be survive also. That's why cooling is required. That's why cooling is required. So the power will be lost in cooling. How much power will be lost in cooling? 33% power is lost. And that's why because we want to run the engine up to the 100 degrees Celsius, 80 to 100 degrees Celsius. That is called economical zone. So if you increase the power is increase the temperature is lot, there is loss of power. So that's why the 33% power will be lost in cooling. So cooling is required for all types of engine, either the air cooled engine or water cooled engine. So water is generally used for the coolant because the specific heat of water is highest than other type of coolants also. So that's why water will be used or as a coolant also. And air is also air cooled engine. Air is also used the by which we can increase the fins area. The air will come in touch, then it will cool the engine also. And this is we can say the 33% power will be lost in cooling, and 33% power will be lost in exhaust. You say very high temperature, the burning gases will come out from the exhaust. That is our exhaust valve. So in this way, 33% power will be lost. Only 33% power only 33% power will be shared. Only 30% power will be utilized for the output work. Only we are getting the 33% power on. We are wasting the 67% power and we are getting only the 33% power for the useful work. So this is called efficiency, means thermal efficiency. Other efficiency, mechanical efficiency is also there. That is the ratio of BHP and IHE. Volumetric efficiency is there with the ratio of actual quantity of air sucked to the theoretical quantity air sucked. That is the ratios of you can say the volumetric efficiency. So the efficiency of the engine roundabout we can say 35%, 67% power will be lost. In modern trend also the efficiency is not increased more than 40%, means 60% power we are losing in cooling as well as exhaust. This is the engine parameters. Parameters is a very important part. That's the clearance volume. Clearance volume means above the piston when it reaches to the it will reach to the top dead center. There is the volume is provided. That's clearance volume. In this volume, the burning of the air film mixture take place. Air film mixture take place. That is the clearance volume. In petrol, the diesel air and petrol will burning of the take place. In diesel engine, air will be compressed, and at this time of the compression, we will provide the diesel fuel at this time, that is called in the form of uh, spray form, and then burning of the fuel take place because of this. And this is basically the movement of the piston, that is called stroke. Means top dead center to bottom dead center is called stroke. That is called stroke also. That is called one stroke. When the piston move from TDC to BDC, yeah, BDC to TDC is called another stroke. So one stroke from TDC BDC, another stroke from bottom BDC to TDC. BDC means bottom dead center. TDC means top dead center. So that is a bore. Bore is the effective diameter. That is the diameter you see here. The cylinder liner is there also, and there are rings are also provided. But means diameter is more, but effective diameter in which the piston can move is called bore. That is called effective diameter is called bore. So basically, L by D ratio is vary from 1 to 1.5, from 1.1 to 1.25 in all the engines basically. That is called cylinder capacity. Capacity means volume. That is the cylinder is there also. So cylinder volume, as you are well aware, 5 by 4 d square into h. That is the cylinder volume. 5 by 4 d square into L, where d is the diameter, that is the effective bore, and L is the stroke also. And this is called the engine capacity. That is the compression of the fuel take place inside the engine cylinder. And at this time, when we will provide the spark, that the burning of the fuel take place with due to the spark. That is in spark ignition engine. Similarly, here the suction, the air will be sucked. Here the compression of the air film mixture, air in diesel engine. And at the time of compression, the ignition is started with the help of fuel injection pump. And the fuel injection pump, when diesel is sprayed, then the burning of the take place in the diesel engine. But in petrol engine, we will provide the spark. Spark is provided with the help of spark plug at the time of ignition. Then the burning of the fuel take place. So here the compression ratio is very high in the diesel engine. The compression ratio is smaller in petrol engine. And these are there. Then again, the piston will move from BDC to TDC. Then the whatever the gases are there, it will come out. The gases will be come out from the exhaust part also. So exhaust also, the burning gases will come out, and that's why whenever you put your leg on the silencer, there is chances of uh, burning. There is chances of damage of your legs, and that's why the silencer is made of the is special type of material, so that the at very high temperature no material can so that the metal cannot melt also, and that is an important part. These are the basically engine parameter. What is bore? Bore is the diameter of the cylinder, effective diameter we can say. The cylinder is called bore. Stroke is the distance between the topmost point of the piston travel to the bottommost point. That is called stroke. Or bore or stroke, all in millimeter. And we can convert into meter as well as centimeter also. Capacity, also called displacement. The volume displaced by all the piston while moving from top to bottom also. Indicated in liter. That is called capacity of the engine. And that is capacity, cylinder capacity as well, pi by 4 d square into L. H means here L. Clearance volume, the volume which is available ever the piston is called clearance volume where the burning of the fuel take place. That's called clearance volume. And clearance volume that is defined by the CC. More CC, more power. Clearance volume 100 cc bike is there, 125 cc bike is there, 150 cc bike is there, 200 cc bike, 250 cc. In car also, you can say 800 cc engine, 1200 cc engine, 1600 cc engine, and so on also. Means more cc, more power. Means cc means cubic centimeter. So clearance volume is more than power is more. Clearance volume is less than power is less. Compression ratio is the ratio of the total volume of the cylinder to the clearance volume. That ratio is called compression ratio. Compression ratio in petrol is less than diesel. Petrol varies from 4 is to 1 to 10 is to 1, but in diesel it varies from 14 is to 1 to 20 is to 1. That is called compression ratio. Valve mechanism you will find in diesel engine. Means opening and closing of the valve is done with the help of, we can say, camshaft, and timing gear also provided on the flywheel. With the help of, we can open and close the valve. It could be push rod type or overhead camshaft type valve is provided, so that inlet valve and exhaust valve can be closed or open at different times. Timing system mechanism by which camshaft and fuel injection pump are forward. That timing system, and could be gear driven, chain driven, or belt driven. That is the compression of the fuel air mixture. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, 8, 12, 15. 15 parts of air and part of fuel. That is the chemically correct air fuel mixture should be there in petrol as well as diesel engine. That's chemically correct air fuel mixture is there also. When when the mixture is less than 15 is to 1 to 5 is to 1, then that is we can say it is a rich mixture. When it is more than 15 is to 1, that is called lean mixture also. So chemically correct air fuel mixture is 15 is to 1, 15 is to 1. Compression ratio, you see compression ratio, the piston is there and we 8 parts of the air is there also, and compress also in small part, and that's why it will be heated a lot. At this time, either the spark plug or fuel injection pump will provide the fuel, then the burning of the fuel take place. That is the concept of the compression ratio. How we are compressing means, this is the way to compression. You are compressing the 15 parts in convert to 1 part, then heated of the air fuel mixture air will take place. Next is the top dead center. It refers to the position of the crankshaft when the piston is topmost position. That is the TDC, top dead center. Position closest to the cylinder head is called top dead center. What's the position of crankshaft when the piston is lowest position? The position farthest to the cylinder head. That's the bottom dead center. And the difference between the TDC and VDC is called stroke also. Engine parameters, that is basically, it is also engine parameters already going on. So it is IHP. IHP means indicated horsepower. Indicated horsepower means power developed inside the engine cylinder is called IHP. That is what indicated horsepower. BHP, the amount of power available for the useful work at flywheel is called BHP. This it can be measured. BHP can be measured. IHP cannot be measured by any means, because this is power which is developed inside the engine cylinder. We cannot measure. BHP can be measured also. And we can say the BHP and IHP roundabout same also. So the BHP, the power which is available, FHP, friction horse power. The difference between the IHP and BHP is called FHP. That is called friction horsepower. This is the diesel engine or compression ignition engine and use the diesel fuel. Means diesel engine are also classified 2 types: direct injection and indirect injection. Direct injection engine is better than the indirect injection engine. Why? It is highly fuel efficient. Means when the burning of the fuel start, then start will in forward direction, fuel efficient, and we can save the lot of amount of fuel in this direct injection engine. It's noisy, more noise you will heard in the direct injection engine. Easy cold starting ability. We can start easily in this type of engine also. This direct injection engine. And indirect injection engine, less fuel efficient because the separate chamber where the burning of the fuel take place, less noisy. There we will find a less noise because the burning fuel come to the another chamber. There, that's why we will get a less noisy, smoother. Require preheating for starting. So preheating also required because at a separate chamber there is a burning there. Petrol engines are spark ignition engine use the gasoline, CNG, LPG petrol engine, and there is a one device used in petrol engine that is a carburetor, where the air fuel mixture mix in carburetor. Carburation means mixing of the air fuel mixture, and this mixing of the air fuel mixture will go to the engine cylinder. That is a carbureted engine. On carbureted engine, the petrol air are mixed in the carburetor before being sent to into the engine. Before being sent to the engine, it is mixing take place inside the carburetor. On fuel injected engine, the petrol is injected separately, and the petrol and air are mixed inside the cylinder. So separately, air will come from the air cleaner, and petrol will come from the you can say tank also, fuel filters, and both will be mixed in carburetor. Fuel injected fuel injected engine can be further classified as single multi-point fuel injection. Means single multi-point fuel injection where the fuel is injected outside the cylinder. Fuel is injected outside the cylinder. Gasoline direct injection means where the fuel is injected directly into the engine cylinder. So this is the way means injection of the petrol will take place. This is the view of the intake, compression, fuel, and exhaust also. This is the view where how the piston is moving from the TDC, BDC, etc. This is the concept like that also. And this is the compression also, and the fuel power. This is the concept. You see, this is the construction of engine cylinder. This is the construction of engine cylinder. Also, there is a housing for thermostat valve to maintain the temperature. There is a concept also, and this is basically spring also. This is a rocker arm. So opening and closing of this intake ports is there. So this is the situation by which the inlet valve as well as outlet valve both can be this the valve retainer, and this is the view of the cylinder head. Next user cylinder block is there also. This is the 1, 2, 3, 4 cylinders are there. The hole is provided where the cylinder piston can move also. And mounting water pump, which is required for the cooling of the engine also required. Mounted distribution fuel injection in different cylinder also done with the distributor fuel injection pump. Holes are provided. Coolant also, cooling also required also. Cooling passage, then it will cool the engine, and that is essential for the running of the engine. Camshaft bearing, there is a camshaft bearing, and there will be a main bearing support the crankshaft also. That's a crankshaft bearing. So crankshaft will put here, camshaft is there, and both are attached with the gears also. The speed of the camshaft is just half of the crankshaft also. And this is also layout. You can see construction of engine, oil somewhere oil will filled, oil will be served also, or will be we can say thrown to the engine with your gear pump also. So your oil will be filled here also, and with the gear pump, gear pump, the oil will be go to the Ritu, oil will be go to the engine also. Then the lubrication of the different parts take place also. Construction of oil sump also there is a where oil can be filled and gear pump also used for this purpose. Piston and connecting rod. Piston and connecting rod. Piston skirt, that is the piston usually made of the aluminum alloy. And there are three rings, 1, 2, 3 rings. Two are the compression ring, and another third one is the oil rings. Compression rings will provide the airtight chamber, as well as it will reduce the friction uh, of the piston. It will reduce the friction of the engine also. So, and these rings are connected with the piston liner, and the oil rings. By this also, the oil will not go from the piston to the clearance combustion chamber. The oil rings, the objective of oil ring is to reduce the oil quantity from the oil pump, oil sump to the oil sum to the clearance volume. Connecting rod, connecting rod is usually drop for this thing. Connecting rod is there, and this connecting rod is attached to the crankshaft. Basically, crankshaft also connecting rod is attached. Here bearing is provided. In hole we will put the this. This is basically I shape. Why it is made I shape? To get the maximum moment of inertia. It is usually made of I shape. This is the basically engine construction. Engine construction, you see engine construction is there. Inlet valve, exhaust valve, spark plug is also provided, and the compressed air filtration. This is the situation. This is the crankshaft also, and you see the shape of the crankshaft differs from the other shaft also, because one you can say one cylinder will move in downward direction, and we can say another piston is move upward direction. One piston there is a power stroke, another piston there is a you can say suction stroke, another is the exhaust stroke. Suppose for here two cylinder here. So here the one suction, to another is compression, then power, then exhaust test, and so on will take place. This is the engine construction. Engine construction spark is provided, inlet or exhaust also. That is the water jackets. Water jet. These are the valves, inlet valve or exhaust valve. That is the piston. Piston is provided. This is a R means rod, connecting rod is there, and C means crankshaft. So these are the things which are attached to the, you can say, uh, cylinder. This is also another view. This is also the another view of the complicated view. We can say the different parts is assembled and the complete, you can say, engine is formed by this way. And this is the engine construction. Engine construction, you see engine construction. Here, this is the way how the valve and the piston, connecting rod, crank, you can say crankshaft, you can say these are the top and top compression ring, second compression ring, and the third one is the, we can say, oil rings are there. And this is the Okar arm there, opening and closing, and the valve spring is there also. And these are attached with the push rod, and then it attached to the crankshaft also. This is the engine construction, automobile engine. You see that the complicated view of these. These are different parts. Water pump is attached, also pulley, fan belt, and these are the distributor and distribution fuel injection pump. And there is a you see dipstick also to check whether the oil is there, how much quantity oil is there. There is marking provided on dipstick, either a full oil is there, yeah, half oil is there, yeah, three oil is there. And this is a some where oil is filled also. And this is the uh, chain is there where crankshaft and camshaft and water pump all can be connected and they can be operated with the help of this. So air filter is there quantity air will suck also, PVC hose pipes are there also. And this is basically gas pipe, gas pump, oil drain, radiator, all valve, distributor, alternator. Alternator is basically the dynamo is charging the battery always, and that is also operated with the help of this arrangement. You see working of the two-stroke engine. That is the two. One is the up stroke, another is a down stroke. In two-stroke, basically from power stroke. In one stroke, basically the suction and compression. Another is power and exhaust also. So here we will provide the pole instead of the valve, and spark is provided. Usually the two-stroke engine is petrol engine, not diesel engine also. So we can say in two-stroke engine the spark ignition engine, and all the four stroke will be completed in one revolution of the crankshaft in the two stroke. This is the working of the two stroke engine. You see with the connecting rod is attached with the crankshaft and crankcase, and the crankshaft is there also. And this is the exhaust port, intake port also provided. And this is the piston cooling fins are provided. Cooling fins, it will maintain the temperature of the engine. There is the air cooling engine. Transfer port is also provided. Glow plug, when spark plug is provided, cylinder head is also there. So all those things are depicted in this picture. So upward movement of the piston, air will mixture from the carburetor enter the crankcase to the inlet port during upward movement of the piston. At the same time, mixture in the cylinder is compressed, which is ignited when piston is just at DC. The combustion takes place and the piston moves downward direction also. Downward Motion also downward movement of the piston mixture in the crankcase compress and push into the cylinder to the transfer board. And this is the cycle operation is completed in one revolution of crankshaft. There are two piston spools. This is the one upward movement of piston, another is a downward movement of the piston. And this is working on the four-stroke engine. One, two, three, four, four-stroke engine. Basically, four-stroke, one suction, another compression, ignition, and as well as exhaust stroke. This is the basically also a live view of the motion of the, uh, we can say, four-stroke, four-cylinder engine, four-stroke, four-cylinder engine is there also. And this is the, you see the crankshaft and camshaft both are attached with the help of chain, drive, yeah, belt drive, etc. And flywheel is attached to the crankshaft also. It is also store the energy and one of the pressure plate for the clutch also. And also and gear is also provided on the flywheel ring gear, which is utilized to starting the, you can say the gear of the starting motor is also attached with this also and can be operated by this. So this is the four-stroke engine model, gases in cylinder, cylinder, piston, etc. And this is the, you can say, suction stroke, the air will be sucked. And this is the compression stroke, air will be compressed. And this is the power stroke, air will be go down also. And this is the exhaust, air will be come out from this also. This is the power stroke. And this is basically view diesel engine model, four-stroke engine also, another view. So, and this is the working of the four-stroke petrol engine. That is the four-stroke petrol engine. Spark plug is provided also. And this is a ignition, compressor, and exhaust stroke. And this is the injector. Injector is the fuel injected with the help of injector. That is the, this is the way four-stroke, suction stroke, compressor stroke, power stroke, exhaust, as I told you, the four-stroke engine, there are four strokes are there. One, two, three, four, these are the four strokes. And suction, compression, exhaust, as I told you earlier. And that is the view of the valve timing. There is a basically valve time is the time at which opening and closing the valve and also valve. Each time indicating the when the valve start opening and when the valve finishes closing. Represented by the rotational angle of the crankshaft. Means crankshaft will rotate and opening and closing valve will be done. About the highest point of the or the lowest point of the piston as the starting point. So inlet valve open the 10 degree before the BDC and close after the 35 degree to 45 degree after the BDC. So 10 degree before and after the 35 to 45 degree. Then the compression stroke will start. Then compression we can say both the valve will remain closed. Then power stroke also both the valve will remain closed. And exhaust stroke also the you can say the exhaust valve remain open after the 10 degree. You can say 25 degree after the TDC also. So opening and closing valve uh, will be indicated with the help of valve time diagram. And that is the most important part of the, we can say, the engine also. So that is a valve, how much time and how much time before the valve should be open and closed. That is also done with the help of valve time diagram. So this is the difference between the two-stroke engine and four-stroke engine. In two-stroke engine, the operation complete one revolution crankshaft with two revolutions. We can say the power developed by two-stroke more than the power, four-stroke engine. And the fuel is exhausted during the escape engine. Actually, removal of the one case is called escape engine. Fuel is not exhausted during escape engine. Low cost, that is more cost also. This is the concept of this. Used in the moped, scooters, motorcycle. Used in the motorcycle, LMB, SMB also. Well, basically four-stroke engine. This is the main components of the engine. Cylinder head, as I told you, cylinder head. Different components are attached with the cylinder head. Engine block is there also, as I already shown you in the earlier slide. The engine block, oil sump, there is oil is filled. Manifolds, inlet manifold as well as exhaust manifold. These are the two manifolds we are providing. Inlet manifold as well as exhaust manifold. Gaseous are there also, which will connect the two parts. Gas liquids are provided. piston in piston rings. Piston is there and rings. One is the two is the compression and third is the oil rings. Piston pin is there also, usually made of basically special type alloy steel. And from the piston pin, we will attach the connecting rod also. Connecting rod is there also, as it also made of drop for this steel and is usually in I shape also. That the maximum moment of inertia. Crankshaft is also there and is also is a special type shaft is provided and it is made of the alloy steel and connecting rod, the reciprocal motion which converted to the rotary motion. Main bearings are there, main bearings are there, crankshaft bearing is provided. One is a small bearing and another a big bearing. Camshaft, camshaft is attached to the crankshaft. The speed is just half to the crankshaft. Valves are provided inlet as well as outlet valve. These are mufflers are provided. Mufflers means a silencer is provided also. So these are the main components of the engine. These are the main components of the engine. And this is also view construction of engine, cylinder head, etc. This is also cylinder head, uppermost part of the engine, which cover the cylinder and provide the cavity for the ignition of the fuel. It is held within the cylinder core by means of the gasket. This is basically construction engine cylinder block. This is the cylinder block also this also provided, etc. And different components can be put. Yeah, so this is what cylinder block is there. Then this is the cylinder block and moving part. Cylinder block is there also. Then cylinder block moving parts linerless, dry type liner, wet type liners. There are different type of liners and we put also where piston can be moved also. So three cylinder polystyrene engine is there also. And this is the basically concept oil sump, the lowest part of the engine. Lowest part of the engine oil sump where we can fill the oil also. This is the concept oil can be filled here, which contains lubricant oil for the engine lubrication in enclosed the crankshaft also. And it is crankshaft also attached in the oil sump. And this is the manifolds are just tube through which the gases go and out of the engine. Manifolds. Gases go and out of the engine. These are the inlet manifold as well as exhaust manifold. There are two types of inlet and exhaust manifold. These are attached over the inlet and exhaust ports of the cylinder head. Uh, in case of overhauled valve engines and cylinder block in case of side valve mechanism. Inlet manifold provide the passage for the flow of the air fuel mixture to the engine. That is the inlet manifold. Exhaust manifold provide the passage for the outflow of the burnt gases from the engine exhaust port to exhaust pipe of the silencer, as I told you. It's the view of the inlet manifold, which says gases will come out. Gases will come in also with the help of inlet manifold, means air will come from the inlet manifold also. And this is the you see view of the inlet manifold. You see this is the view of the exhaust manifold. This is the view. Exhaust manifold is like that also. That is called silencer. And the silencer is made of a special type of material so that high temperature material will come out from this cannot burn the silencer also. You see that's why it is made of a special type of material also. And this is the exhaust manifold is attached to this. And these are the gaskets. Gaskets are used to provide the tight fitting between the two surfaces like this also. That is the gaskets also. This is the view of the piston as I told you earlier. And this is the piston and piston rod also. This is the concept. And this is basically you can say different types of ring can be attached with the help of piston also. And this is the view again, another front view of the piston. The piston as well as inlet valve, exhaust valve, both all are attached with this also. And piston, as I told you, was made of aluminum alloy, made of, and because of the um, high low weight as well as the conductivity is very high for this fabrication. A function of piston is the transfer the force of expansion to crankshaft also and form a seal. So the high pressure gases in the combustion chamber do not escape into the crankshaft. So that is also provided by that. These are the rings, as I told you, a special type of used for the fabrication of those things also. And this is a connecting rod, as I told you, which is made of the steel. And the multi-cylinder engine, one, two, three, four, six-cylinder engine is also there. It's a multi-cylinder engine. And general bearings are there, upper bearing, thrust bearing, crankshaft bearing, etc. And this is the flywheel, we are ring gear in it. So it is also one of the plate for the pressure plates, flywheel, the right. And this is the cam and camshaft for the opening closing of valve. And this is the intake exhaust valve. And this is the, you can say, mechanism by which opening and closing valve can be done also. And this is basically muffler. It will reduce the noise silencer. Engine exhaust, the exhaust pipe silencer, which is also called muffler. And muffler, this is the view of the muffler. It is lighted also. And this is the electronic fuel injection pump. Electronic fuel injection system. Electronic fuel injection system nowadays we are using to inject the fuel in different cylinder engine. We use the electronic fuel injection system nowadays also. And you see the supply pump is there also. Fuel is fuel tank supply filter is there. Fuel filter are there. Then fuel is injected in different parts and different cylinder. And the burning of the fuel takes place like that. And thank you very much. This is a complete picture of the engine I have completed in this lecture. And next lecture we will discuss another part of the engine. Thank you very much.